at this point in camp, I mean, just kind of general feeling of the offensive line, how it's coming along for you guys?
We're doing good. I think we're doing a great job of really gelling together and kind of like, working as a unit. I think that's one thing that we've done a great job of progressing and really improving since the beginning of camp, for sure.
Riley said a lot of live work today. What was it like out there, full pads?
It's a lot of fun. It's fun where it's live because we're always going full speed, but it just adds a little bit of a different feel to practice, for sure. It's a lot of fun.
When you go back to when you signed with USC, and the thought was it would take a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you see kind of the path for you? Is this kind of the spot that you thought you'd be in at this time?
I mean, I never really thought about it too much. I was always kind of just focused on like the present, like what can I do now to put myself in a position to get to a second string, to be a guy that could be put in at any spot or like get in the rotation. And so like I never really thought too far into like the future with that, but I'm definitely excited for where I'm going. Sure.
Was there a point or something that happened where you thought, this is gonna happen?
I mean, obviously the first time was the Michigan game where I got in that second half, and after that, obviously I was pretty excited. Getting into half of the game was huge for me, and I think that brought a little bit of confidence, and I kind of just tried to build off of it, for sure.
What's the competition been like so far the first week or so of camp?
It's been great. We've been doing a good job being super physical and really competitive within the O-line, like joking around and talking smack to each other, but I mean, we're always pushing each other and trying to get each other better so that the competition is just where it needs to be.
And working with Zach Hansen, how has that been so far?
It's been great. He's been focusing a lot on you can't have small mistakes because that leads to big mistakes. So I think that's one thing that's he's brought in that's been huge for us. I think focusing on the little details, like the little mistakes that we're making, that maybe you didn't lose the block here, but you had a mistake that could have made the play so much better. And I think that's something that's really made us grow as a line.
He also talked in the offseason about just sort of a mentality of like, go hit somebody, go physically dominate somebody. How does he kind of get that across? How do you guys take to that?
Yeah, I think it all starts with technique and knowing where you're going, of course. And then I think it's just, just getting each other riled up and ready for like what's about to happen. Like, all right, we're going and doing inside zone period. Like, what are we going to do? We're going to rally each other up and get the mental right for like, going in and hitting somebody, for sure.
Full pads, what period's your favorite? Like inside zone, like goal line stuff? Like, what do you like when full pads?
I think goal line's pretty fun because there's a sense of like, what he's doing, I know what he's doing. Like, it's really just like move someone off the ball, and I think that's fun because it gets super competitive and people really get after it, for sure.
Anyone kind of standing out on the defensive line, and especially in those kind of drills?
Yeah. Cam and I mean, in terms of DNs, so that's mostly I'm going against is Cam and Aunt Luke. They're super physical dudes, and it's always a good rep to go against them guys.
Lincoln talked about some of the younger guys on the line coming along. Who's kind of grabbed your attention and done some good stuff?
Yeah, Hayden Streeter and Willie Washer are two guys that I think have really like stepped up and just improved drastically throughout camp, and I think they're doing a great job of like focusing on the details that they need to improve on, and I'm really excited to see where they go, for sure.
Kaylin Miller is kind of a name that gets brought up quite a bit. What have you seen kind of his development and where he is right now?
Yeah, he's a beast. He's one of those guys that just, you were talking about earlier, he just comes and he's ready to go just hit somebody. It's awesome. So it's really just focusing on small details, and he's just progressing so fast, and he's doing a really good job.
It feels like everyone needs to get asked about kind of Jaden and his development, and you see him kind of go around and like hype everybody up all the time. What's the growth there?
Yeah, I think that a lot of that, he's always trying to get us to start fast, and I think that he sees it when the energy's kind of low, and him going around just trying to get people fired up is like his way of like, come on, let's get this going. Like, let's start now. Let's not drag into this. Let's start hot and keep it that way.
Look at what I said. Eli Sanders stood out a little bit today, the goal line stuff. How have him and Wade and Jordan, the two new running backs, look to you so far?
Yeah, all our backs have been doing amazing. They've been making really good cuts and really good reads on our blocks, and I think they're both doing an amazing job.
Do you need to do is there a different thing based on the running backs? Like, what kind of connection, I guess, do you need, or is it just you're looking forward and they deal with whatever's there?
It's definitely a lot of excitement because I mean you see like the O-line does a good job of getting their guys and blocking them right, and there's one guy that comes free and you see him kind of like either juke him or run through him, like that gets you real hyped. And I think there's a connection there with when you get everything right and there's still one person, just because I mean that's just how football is, and you see him do his job and just get out and make a great play. It just gets the O-line fired up for sure.
Is your first like official practices with Tremaine Carroll running the strength and conditioning stuff? How's that changed things, or how's it been for you?
It's been great. It goes back to the same thing that Coach Hanson's been bringing in. It's like focusing on the really small details, because small details lead to bigger mistakes, and I think that's one thing that's huge for us as a team, is like focusing on the little details that turn into big problems. And I think once you get control of the little problems, it's huge for the team in general.